Hi, guys. Hi, Glenda. How are you? How are you, doll? Happy Friday. Happy Friday. I hope you're doing well. How's the weather where you're at? Do you have a lot of snow? Is it too cold? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Can you hear me okay, Glenda? Hi, Pamela. Hi. How are you? Oh my goodness. I saw your beautiful Jeffree Star products. Oh my goodness. They were gorgeous. Oh, can everybody hear me okay? Okay, good. Hi, Jen. Hi, Erica. Hi, Sue. Oh my goodness. Yes, yes. Oh, and Trevon's is in here too. Hi, Nancy. Hi, as everybody's making their way in, as you heard on my stash or pass, that I was going to add to my stash, or I had ordered to add to my stash, the new Naked Wild West. And hi, Janet. I do not have anything right now on my lids, but what I do have, hi, Teresa. Hi, how are you? But what I do have on so far is something that it has grown on me and I am loving it, and that is an Urban Decay product as well. It's the Hydromaniac. Oops. Like this Hydromaniac Stay Naked. I'm really, really loving this. And another product that I have waited a long time to actually show that I am loving. This is the Cora Organics. I've had to play with this a while to see how I was going to like it. I wasn't sure. It does not go down tacky. It has no tact whatsoever, even though when you look at it, you think, wow, is that going to be tacky? But this is, I have it in two colors. I have one in a light purpley color that I love. But this one is, I don't know how to tell the color. I don't know, but it's the very white color, but it doesn't look white. Whenever you put it on, it just looks glowy. And I am a very cream person. I love cream products. Hey, Mel, how are you? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Mel C's in the house, and y'all know I love collabing with her. And she's Canadian and has a great channel. So yeah. So guys, if you don't know Mel, yeah, we've collabed a lot together in the past, and I just adore working with her. So yeah, be sure. Thank you, True Once. So yeah, be sure that you guys go and check her out, and remember, after the video, leave your heart so you can network. But yeah. Yeah, and Mel True Once is a great creator as well. So if you don't know her, and Granny's, oh my goodness, Pamela, you're killing me because you changed your name, and I want to say it right, but Pamela is Granny's Beauty and Boxes Over 65. And if you don't know Pamela, you have to know Pamela. You just have to. I mean, she is the best thing going out there, and she's the light of my life. I just adore Pamela. I love her channel. I love her attitude. I want to be her when I grow up. And she's a snake killer. She's a snake killer, and I love that about her because I'm so scared of snakes. I could never get close enough to kill a snake. But if you hadn't seen her last video where she's hauling her Jeffree Star, you got to watch it all the way to the end and hear her snake story. Hey, Samantha. But anyway, I wanted to show you guys, I'm going to do a look. I'm going to go ahead and get started. So, you know, are you a makeup hoarder like me, or are you wanting to know, do you need this palette? And the answer is, well, I'm going to do one look. I'm going to do the Wild West on this eye, and I am going to do a look with my Born to Run primarily on this eye, because I have some swatches on my arm, and these are not the same palettes. This is the Wild West and Born to Run. Wild West, Born to Run, Wild West, and the Smoky. This one, if you remember this one, Smoky. And here I thought I had screwed up. It was so close. Then I thought I screwed up, so I did it again to double check. But no, it was Wild West and the Born to Run. And then again, actually no, this was Wild West and Born to Run. This was a different color, Wild West and the Heat palette, the Naked Heat, on a different color. And again, this was Wild West and Born to Run. So yes. So I think that you did exactly, Teresa and Pamela, I think you made a wise decision to skip it. I almost skipped it. I wasn't that enthralled with it, and I was just like, what am I going to do? And so yeah, I just could not make up my mind. So when I started pulling out my palettes and looking, guys, it's just, this is the one, right? Whoops, that was the brush. But this is the one that if you really, really look at it, even though it may look a little bit different, especially this, I think people are really loving the turquoise color that this is kind of like slamming in your face, right? I mean, that's the one that's jumping out with you. I mean, again, it's a neutral palette with a pop of blue, neutral palette with a pop of blue. But this color right here is basically the same thing as this color right here. Even though the finish makes it look a little bit different in the pan, it's really not. And can you imagine, it's not going to look any bit different once you get it on your eye. So the better palette is the Born to Run. I mean, I think we can all agree on that. The Born to Run is really where it's at. So I know that the palette looks very tempting. I know that if you're a creator and you're wanting the palette for comps, which is why I pulled the trigger, then okay, maybe, but if I was not on the YouTube platform, there is no way I would buy this palette. None. Absolutely not. Never. Exactly, Jen. Exactly. So that's why, I've been really busy, really busy this week, and with my job, but I wanted to get this video. I don't even, and I've got a lot of collabs coming this weekend, so I had to go live because I wanted to get this out there so nobody spent money that already had everything that could possibly be in this palette, if you know what I'm trying to say. I just didn't want you to this, Urban Decay is expensive, guys. Urban Decay is an expensive brand. And why? I don't know. Hey, Gigi, how are you? Oh my goodness. So yeah, so I'm talking about, I'm gonna do a look, and we're getting the talk out of the way first. But girl, the bottom story is, don't waste your money on that's the bottom line. Do not waste your money if you have Born to Run. And if you don't have Born to Run, get Born to Run, because that's the better buy. Because the swatches that I've done is, you know, so the Wild Wild West compared to the Born to Run, that's the swatches. Okay, here's the swatches. So thank you, Linda, thank you. And so, you know, this is right here compared to Born to Run, and here is compared to Smoky right here. But, and oh, and this is the dark. Shoot, I didn't even show this. This is that dark color. Now, in Born to Run, it's a little bit of a, not really a shimmer, not really a matte, something kind of in between. But still, on your eye, it's not going to show anything. I'm sorry, honey, that it's been a tough week. I hear you. It's just not going to show that it's different. But see how see, Gigi, how all of these are looking. There's not enough difference that once you buff it out that you're going to be able to tell that difference. And that's exactly what I was going to say, Sylvia. And C Color has a good dupe for the Born to Run if you really want to just knock it bottom, bargain basement, get it down as cheap. Hey, Rebecca, get it down as cheap as possible. You can do the C Color dupe if you're okay with that. You know, yeah. So, yeah, and if you want a sticky eye base, I will tell you who's got a good sticky eye base, the Alamar Cosmetics or the Visi Art. The Visi Art that's in Boxy Pop-Up is sticky. Either one of those are sticky, and I don't like sticky eye bases. So I use the Tone Activator Primer from Kaleidos, and I think this is like $5 or $7. On the Kaleidos website. It's the best that I found. That and the P. Louise is great. I do love it, but you can't beat the price of the Kaleidos. It is very, very, very good. And I always use this one. And so whenever I go over to Kaleidos, because, you know, it's coming from China, so it takes a while to get it. But whenever I do the Kaleidos, I just buy, you know, like 4 of them, and I just put them in my drawer. And that way, you know, I got them all stocked up, because it does take a while to get them. But anyway, so I thought that we would go in and just do, you know, while we're talking about it, we could just do a quick little look with this palette. But I'm just telling you that I don't really see the point. If you've got Born to Run, you've got all of those neutrals already, and I don't see the point in spending the money for this Wild West palette. I mean, I almost didn't get it. I thought about taking it back, and then I was like, well, I ended up swatching it, and then I felt bad to take it back, so I just didn't. So I'm going to go in on this eye with Weekender, and it'll be a little bit lighter probably, but it really don't matter because I'm just laying down my all over color. And then I'm going to go into this Ghost Town right here, this one. And I'm going to kind of build that up. Hey, Trista. Samantha says, I actually think I have Born to Run and C Color. You know, I really like Born to Run. I've always liked that palette. I've always thought that probably out of all of my Urban Decay, and I'm a real big fan of that Naked Cherry palette. So Born to Run and Naked Cherry have always been real big hits. Now the other one is that Honey palette. So those three are like my favorites. I just really like those, but it's because when I wear a wine colored palette, my eyes will look really, really green. And I like that instead of them going, you know, because my eyes are hazel, so they'll go brown on me depending upon what I wear. Now, so I've got that going on, and this, you know, it is blending out good, you know, so the quality's there. Now for this palette, what I'm going to use is I'm going to go into, since there's not exactly the same color, I'm going to go between the two on Punk and Baja, and I'm going to make that color myself. Oh, Glenda, you're fine. So I'm just kind of going back and forth, and I'm making that color. And I know I'm using the same brush because I am. And so this probably isn't going to be exactly the same color because I'm kind of going in between the two and kind of making it myself. But the point is that you're not going to be able to tell it on the eye. And that's the point, is that once you put it on your eye, you can even do two palettes and you won't be able to really tell the difference. This is guys, if you want some good brushes, Zoeva, I know that their palettes sometimes are a little lackluster. Let me tell you something. A Zoeva brush is a good brush. It's usually a mixture of natural hair and synthetics, which is what the MAC brushes used to be, and then MAC swapped over, and they're all synthetics. But a Zoeva, this is the Spice of Life, and it's a Zoeva. I'm going to say it's a 228. Y'all know I'm old. But anyway, I got the Spice of Life set, and those are some good brushes. I've had them forever, and I don't usually talk about them. And why? I don't know, because these are some good brushes. If y'all have ever wondered about the Zoeva brushes, they are really, really good. So, you know, there's a little bit of difference that I can see, but I bet you can't see it. So now I'm going to go in to Radio, which is in this palette. It's this, you know, it's the blue shade, which is the one we all wanting to know about. And for this one, I'm going to actually wipe my brush off. On my, you know, I use these, I buy these from Costco. And these are just microfiber towels, and I always use these. Oh my gosh, Gigi, really? Gigi says she's ridiculous. She uses a different brush for everything. But you need to get you some of these, Gigi, because look, they just clean everything off real good. And so, you know, you good to go. I hate washing a brush. Now I'm going into Tex, which is the blue shade from this one. So this will look a little bit different because actually I like the finish of whatever that other blue color was, the one from Born to Run. What was it called? Radio, because it has a kind of a weird finish. Um, like not a shimmer and not a, it's not a shimmer and it's not a matte. It's like a real light shimmer shade, if that makes any sense to you. So yeah. So there's those two. Hey, Carla. So I don't think you can really tell much difference. What do y'all think? And then let's go in on the inner and put some of this, it's called Bud, in the Wild West. And let's try that other shade, which is called Big Sky, from the Born to Run palette over here. So there's those two shades. Right? There's not that much difference. I mean, I do have to add something to like the outer side. Like I got to build that up and make it different. I will get another brush for that because I've already gotten, you know, the blue on there. So I got to build up this outer corner. Get that a little bit darker. But yeah, I'm not seeing that there's like so much difference that you really need to have both palettes. Because I mean, whenever you look at the Wild Wild West palette or Wild West palette, I can't even say the name right. I mean, it's this type of look, I think, that you're really kind of going for, is that blue and, you know, turquoisey brown type of a shade color. Maybe I need to just extend this on out over here, melt them together. But, you know, you can't, you just, yeah, it's like they're duping themselves. That's exactly what I was going to say, Gigi. It's like, you know, the companies are really, really somewhat kind of duping what they've already got going on. And that really, you know, sucks. It's like, you know, don't bring out something if you can't make something new, then, you know, then don't dupe yourself just to bring out a product. I mean, I don't know if it's like they take a product off the market and then, you know, I don't know if Born to Run is off the market. I don't know if that's what it is. And so they're wanting to bring out, you know, if that's the case, then just don't take Born to Run off the market. You know, I don't get that. I don't really understand taking it off the market if you're just going to bring it back on the market in another package. I'm adding a little bit of this called Rustler out here, which is like a shimmery, coppery color. And yep, what do you know? There's there's one in here like that. It's called Double Life. And I'll put some of it on this one. And it's a little bit prettier, I think. And the Born to Run's just a prettier palette. It's just a prettier palette. Okay. This is that new palette side. And this is the Born to Run palette side. Let's oh, okay. Hey, Barbara Jean. Hey, Barbara Jean, what's going on? Oh, Jess is here. Jess is here. Okay, so Jess, what we're talking about and catching everybody up. So this side right here, I did with the Wild West palette here. This side here, I've done with the Born to Run. So, yeah. What do you think? So I really, I really don't see that, you know, if, you know, basically, you know, once again, I don't think that if you were going out somewhere, I mean, just looking in the mirror, I don't think that you could tell that they were done with two different palettes. I don't think that, yeah, Nancy, I cannot tell the difference, and I'm sitting here right in front of, you know, and again, I still don't even have any, yeah, any, eyeliner on, and I'm really, yeah, I'm really kind of floored by this. I wasn't expecting when I got really into it that it was going to be this much of a dupe. And quite honestly, again, you know, it's been a while since I pulled for my Born to Run, and I'm really stoked about it. I'm into it now. I'm really into it now. Because, man, guys, this one that I put on my eye, that I put right at the end, this double This one. Look at that. I mean, it's like a copper penny, man. It's like a copper penny. It's like money, 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 money. And that's called Double Life. I mean, yeah, throw me them pennies. It looks so good. I'm liking that. Yeah, especially with the turquoise. You know, it's been a while since I've used this palette and it's looking good. So yeah, yeah, I'm not about, but I will say, you know, an ode to Pamela. There's her rattlesnake. If you haven't watched her video, you don't know. If you know, you know. But yeah, I think that the look I really like the look, especially I should have worn my turquoise earrings. That would have been, you know, really, really, that would have set it off really, really nice. But the point is that you don't need this if you've got this one. And this palette, you know, it bends all the way back. You know, this palette is so good. It was done so right. This was the palette that Urban Decay really did right. You know, it just, the whole mirror bends all the way back. How good is that? You know, it's got so much color, so many shades. Oh, it's good. It is so good. This palette is. So yeah, I just, you know, this is just, you know, I'm not, I'm not, I don't, I'm at a loss for words, guys, because I really do believe that there's so many other things on the market right now that you can get, that so much that you could get so much more versatility from. You could get so much more of your money's worth from, if I could say it that way. I just, yeah. Gigi, you need to whoop it back out, baby. Whoop it back out and get some use out of that and pull back from that stash. And I think that this palette, you know, if nothing else, maybe it will inspire us to pull back out something we already have. I have a lot of the Urban Decay already. And yes, hats off, Gigi, yes. As I go into April and I pull back at my full-time job and I'm going to go part-time, I'm so excited because I have a collection that is extremely vast, and I rarely really show its full potential. I rarely really show it. And it's because of time. It's because of time. And you either have time or you have money, but you don't never have both unless you're born rich. So I am really excited to, as I have more time, less money, to dig into my stash and really start using the products that I have and start exploring those and shopping my stash too, Gigi. I am really, really excited about that, and to really start, you know, even my higher end beauty products. You know, I have a vast Pat McGrath collection, and I really want to get in there and do some looks with that, because I have just huge amount of, I mean, these boxes back here are full. They're filled to the, coming out of the boxes. And so I'm really excited for that. And I'm really excited to start doing a lot of flat lay work and that type of thing. And so I'm so excited about getting in there and doing some looks and you know, and doing some, is it worth it? Is it worth it? You know, not everything is. Oh, yeah, just a little bit longer, Jess, just a little bit longer, because what my goal was tonight was basically just to let you guys know as we go into the weekend. I think, you know, Sephora's doing and this palette is exclusive at Sephora, by the way. And hey, Charlie. For Charlie, for you coming in, we were looking, one of my eyes is done with the Naked Wild West palette, and one of them, these two, are done with the Naked Born to Run. So yeah. So if you've got the Born to Run palette, Charlie, you might not want to invest. You might want to use your money for something else, doll, because these palettes are, this palette dupes this palette. This palette can't dupe this palette because there's not enough shades in this palette to dupe this one. Thank you, Mel, for stopping by. Yes, thank you so much. So anyway, yeah. Hey, Candy. Hey. So yeah, if you're thinking about, getting the Wild West palette, my true gut feeling is pass on it, and get the Born to Run, or get the dupe from C Color on Born to Run, because this palette here, like I said, it's done better. It's got more shades in it. It's about the same price. The mirror folds all the way back, which is a beauty enthusiast's dream for doing the shades. But yeah, it's, so much better, in my opinion, than this one. So yeah, I mean, all you really have is basically neutral with a pop of blue and one gray shade. So to me, and the only thing that this one doesn't have, the only shade that this one doesn't have is a matte gray. It's got a, shimmer gray, but it doesn't have a matte gray. So, that's the only thing. But yeah, especially, if you've got all of these, the smoky and the heat, you definitely don't need the Wild West. I think they really pulled a lot of their older shades and put them into the Wild West. And I mean, I give them credit for the cover. It's absolutely gorgeous. I mean, the packaging is beautiful. Feels, the formula feels great. It blended out great. I'll give them that. And if you are a neutral, just absolutely neutral lover, and you're just, an Urban Decay diehard, I have to have everything Urban Decay makes. You do you, boo. You go ahead. I'm definitely not saying don't get it. But if you're a makeup enthusiast and you have got everything, and that you're on the fence and you're wanting to know, this really wasn't calling me. I really don't know if I should get it or not. Is it going to blow my socks off? Then you have Born to Run and all of those other ones, then this would be the Urban Decay that I would say, if it's just those two blues that are really calling your name, well, one, There's the blue right there. One's from Wild West, one's from Born to Run. And so I wouldn't get it for the blues. And then there's the other two blues. Born to Run, Wild West. So yeah, I would pass if it's the blues that you're after. What primer is good for oily skin? Jess, are you in here? Yeah, that might. Teresa says I'm with Pamela. Take it back, baby. Take it back. Tell them it's too much like Born to Run. Yeah. Who has oily skin? And Stacy Lee, do you have oily skin or not? Who has, or do you know anything about oily skin? Who has a good oily skin primer? Yes, I know. Jess, you're in here. Okay, good. Okay, so we want to know, what is a good primer for oily skin? Can you please help us out? What primer is good for oily skin? Lord wants to know, what's a good primer for oily skin? And I have very dry skin, so I'm always using a hydrating primer or a blurring primer, you know, something like that. Okay, so Jess is talking about the Juno, and it is the Juno primer that's also a moisturizer, primer, moisturizer, all in one. Gigi says she loves I use Becca Evermatte primer in my T-zone only because, you know, that's where she's oily. So the Evermatte primer. And the Juno is the Juno, oh, for Pete's sake, I have it too. What is it? The Juno, I can't think of it. Moonshine. Yes, the Moonshine primer. Yes, yes, Moonshine. Thank you, everyone. The Moonshine. And yes, yes, that's a good one too, Jess, is the Cover FX Mattifying primer, because even the gripping primer by Cover FX, I could not use it. I had to gift that one away because it made me way too dry. So that would be a good one for oily skin as well. So yes, that's definitely a good one too. Yep. I forgot about that one, but Cover FX makes some good ones for oily skin. So yeah. Sephora brand makes a nice affordable matte primer. So yeah, basically whenever you have oily skin, you're looking for a mattifying primer. And even the Maybelline at the drugstore has a nice mattifying primer too. So that's good as well. The Evo Beauty Pore Effect Primer, matte primer in boxy add-ons. Okay, so yeah. Oh, thanks, Samantha. Thank you so much for answering Zach's questions. So anyway, yes, I just wanted to be sure that with the the thing that Sephora is running, their 15, like if you buy a certain amount of product, you get this 15% off offer later. I just wanted to be sure that if you were on the fence about this palette, that maybe, you know, we had a chance to talk about it and that you could see the comps and know, hey, maybe this isn't the best thing to buy. I'm not necessarily a fan of it. I think, you know, there's, for that amount of money, there's other things, you know, that you probably already have in your stash from Urban Decay. So yeah, I would definitely save my money as far as that goes. But I did want to try and, you know, get this out as soon as possible because it came in my mail, I don't know, maybe 2 days ago, and I've just been busy working on collabs with the snow and everything, but wanted to let you guys know what I was thinking about that. So yeah, I would skip it if I've already got the Born to Run. If not, and the Born to Run's out there, try to get that one instead. But anyway, just wanted to give you guys a quick update and let you know what I was thinking about that before you bought it. So I appreciate you guys for coming and for hanging out with me. And I hope that your Friday night is going well. I don't want to take up any more of your time. And I look so forward to seeing you guys in the next one. So I'll see you soon, and smooches, everybody. And I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye, guys.